Ange here. Thank you so much for joining me. Today's video is a declutter and a walk through my foundations. I don't have a huge collection of foundations, but I probably have more than the average lass. So these are all my foundations. Now the reason I'm having a wee declutter today is that foundations are not cheap. Well, not most of the foundations that I purchase anyway. And I have been trying my best to use up foundations, especially on a work day. I've been trying to use up foundations so as not to be a good consumer really and not be wasteful. But I'm finding that I'm not having good makeup days, I'm not having very good foundation days, and so I've made a conscious decision that I'm only going to keep the foundations that I absolutely love. While I'm on this declutter as well, at the end of this pile here, I'm going to talk through. I've started being very good in getting samples of foundations and trying them before I actually bite the bullet and buy a bottle of foundation, because I have had a few duds, and so I'll go through those as well. And there is one foundation that I absolutely adore that I'm really upset that I love, because it is the most expensive foundation ever. So I'm going to see if I can get another sample of it to truly make up my mind. But I have to say I have had some of the best foundation days using that particular foundation. So without further ado, if you'd like to know what foundations I have been using and what I want to keep and what I don't want to keep, please keep watching. Okay, first things first, I will start with BB creams and CC creams, and I do have a collection of them because I really do enjoy using them in the summer. I like to use them in conjunction with SPF, but I do like BB and CC creams because they do come with extra SPF protection, but I do not rely on the SPF protection from these products, so I do still use my daily SPF. The first one that I have is the Supergoop CC cream. I'm nearly out of these two tubes. I have them in both medium to dark and light to medium. So I use light to medium in the winter, medium to dark in the summer, and then I mix them in between. But I'm nearly out of those ones there, and I have a new one in the medium to dark. I really do like using this for an everyday CC cream. I love it on the weekends, and I also like it in the winter actually, and I probably wouldn't use an SPF as diligently in the winter as I do in the summer. So if I'm just going to be in the office all day, this is a good alternative for me. A BB cream that I really enjoy, but I probably won't repurchase because I want to stick to my core favourites, and that is the Arborium BB cream, and this comes in very limited colours. I've got this in the colour Diore, and it is quite a thick formula, very good coverage for a BB cream, and it has an SPF 20. I do really enjoy it, but I don't think I'll repurchase that after using it, because my choice would be the Supergoop. Another CC cream that I really enjoy is the Clinique Anti-Blemish Solutions BB cream. This is great for this gives a really good coverage and a very serum foundation-like finish. It is a really good one, and I would repurchase this again, and I have this in two colours, light, medium and medium. It is a very runny formula, great for travel because of the plastic bottle and the size of it. So I do really enjoy that and probably would repurchase that, so that's going in my keep pile. All of those products I just mentioned are going in my keep pile to use up. An affordable foundation that I do really enjoy and would continue to repurchase is the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Matte. That's what it's called here in New Zealand. I think in the US it's called the Infallible Pro Matte. I have mine in the colour 22 Radiant Beige. Unfortunately in New Zealand we don't get a great colour range in this product, but I would definitely continue to repurchase. It is a great affordable foundation, full coverage, and it does keep me matte on my very oily skin. When I say very oily, I'm not very oily all over, but I end up in a terrible oil slick across my T-zone, down my nose and in this chin area. Not so much on my cheeks, but then it just spreads during the day. I do get oily all the way out eventually on the full of my face. So that's going in my keep pile, and I would repurchase. One of my favourite foundations of the moment is the Too Faced Peach Perfect Comfort Matte Foundation. I love the packaging, I love the pump, I love the plastic tube. Another great travelling product. Keeps me matte, love the coverage. Bummer we don't get it here in New Zealand, so I am going to buy a couple of backups when I am off on holiday in a couple of weeks. So yeah, I'm really bummed we can't get that here, and Too Faced don't ship to New Zealand. Please pull finger, Too Faced, and start shipping to New Zealand. You say on your website international shipping coming soon, but it's been on there way too long. A product that I am nearly out of is the Sicily Photo Tint Expert. I love this. I'm not repurchasing it though because it is really expensive. It's about $170 here in New Zealand, and I have other foundations that I think are just as nice, will do the same job, give me the same finish, and definitely not that price. So I will finish it up. I've only got a tiny bit left. I have mine in the colour 2+ Sand. If someone was going to give me a bottle, definitely would keep it and use it, but I won't repurchase because of the price. Another of my favourite foundations and a repurchase over and over would be the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation. I have this in 3W1 Tawny, and it is in my keep pile, and it would be definitely in my repurchase pile. A foundation here, this is in the old packaging. This is the Guerlain Lingerie Depot foundation. I have mine in the colour 03. I won't repurchase. I'm going to move this on. I'm going to pass it on to my daughter because we're very similar in skin tone colours, and she's starting to play with makeup a little bit. The coverage is probably only medium coverage, and it's just too dewy for my skin type, so I am going to move that on. I'm not even going to finish it up. The YSL All Hours foundation, I do really enjoy this. I have my colour in the B40. I do like this, going to keep it, and probably would repurchase this. Very good coverage. I love the demi matte finish on my face, and yeah, it's a really nice foundation. It does have alcohol in this foundation. It's the third ingredient, but I don't wear it every day, so it hasn't irritated my skin. Another very pricey foundation is the La Mer Soft Fluid Long Wear Foundation. I do really enjoy this foundation. No, I will not repurchase it. It is $110 US, 200 New Zealand dollars, and I don't feel it's worth that dollar value. It is very nice on the skin. I wouldn't wear this as an all-day foundation because I don't think it has the longevity as far as oil control goes for me, but it is a beautiful evening out foundation. Another affordable foundation, and this is raved by a lot of people, and it is the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Foundation. I am going to pass this on to my daughter. I have it in shade 220 Natural Beige. This is too dewy for me. It's not matte enough for my skin. It looks great when I first apply it, but it just does not have long enough longevity for me, so I'm passing it on to my daughter, and me personally, I wouldn't repurchase for my skin. Charlotte Tilbury Magic Foundation. I do really like the way this goes on. I do like the way it looks on my skin. I probably won't repurchase it only because I've got 3 foundations that probably wear the best on my skin, and even though this looks nice when I first put it on, it doesn't have the same wear time as my favourite 3. A foundation that I really do enjoy for its coverage and longevity for oil is the Clinique Beyond Perfecting Foundation. This is a beautiful foundation for full coverage, for longevity on oily skin. I possibly would repurchase it. I'm going to definitely use it up. I haven't got a heck of a lot left, but I have those 3 that are my faves that I would like to try and keep down to just those 3, but it is another option of buying a good foundation that I like. The YSL Fusion Ink Foundation. I really do enjoy this foundation. Unfortunately, I used to have 2 of them, and this was a mixer colour for me, so it's in a very light colour, B20, so I can't wear it on its own, but I'm just holding on to it to mix in with some of my other foundations when I want to lighten the colour through winter. I really like this for an evening going out foundation, not for an all day foundation, because it doesn't have the super longevity of getting me through a work day, but it looks beautiful for, say, my 3 or 4 hours if I was going out in an evening. It is a beautiful flawless finish on my skin, and I would highly liken it to the finish of my Dior Nude Air foundation. I'd put them very similar, and I do really like them, but they would be an evening only foundation for me, so I probably wouldn't repurchase that one again, because I am tossing up with this other one that is, it's like a car rental payment, but I will see about that. Right, some of the samples that I have tried. So I am going to use up these products here. I've mentioned which ones I would repurchase. I want to keep it down to the one the one CC cream and the 3 foundations, and I am decluttering these 2 here. Some samples that I've tried, just for a little bit of feedback, is the Teint Idole Ultra Wear foundation from Lancome. I actually did enjoy the way that wore. I want to try it a little bit more, and I would definitely put that in my high consideration pile. These are all the samples that I've been using of late. The Dior Skin Undercover foundation. Heard some great things about this, and I was really dying to try it out, but I don't think I would purchase that in the full-size bottle, only because it didn't have the longevity on my skin as my favourite 3. I have tried the Bare Minerals Pro foundation, did not have the longevity on my oily skin, so that was a sort of pass for me. And I have used the 2 by Terry foundations, the by Terry Cover Expert. I really did enjoy that. Once again though, my 3 surpass the performance of that one. And the by Terry Terribly Donceless foundation, I love this for a mature skin, and I would definitely consider it for an evening foundation. Doesn't have the longevity, and I'm spoilt by my top 3, so probably wouldn't purchase that because it is rather an expensive foundation as well. Now the foundation, that has me a little bit shook because I got a sample of it thinking I would try it just to eliminate it, you know. Not a lot of people talk about it because it is ridiculously expensive. In New Zealand it is just over $300 for a 30ml bottle. I'll put a wee clip of it up here. It does come with a concealer as well. I haven't used that, I've only used the foundation. I got about a week's worth of foundation out of this bottle. It goes a very long way. That's about the only thing I can say about it. You need a very little amount. It gave me very good coverage and my skin looked flawless. I would have to say it's probably the one foundation that I have put on, and even though it gave me great coverage, I didn't feel cake face. It didn't feel like it was a full coverage foundation. My skin looked beautiful. It just looked, it didn't look made up as I do with the top 3 foundations that I have. I really enjoyed it. And what is it? The La Prairie Caviar foundation, and I think it's about 155 US dollars, but yeah, it's over $300 here in New Zealand, and I can't justify that. So I will try and get another sample of it when I'm away on holiday so that I can use it for a bit longer to really give my final thoughts on it. I think if I get the same experience from another sample, if I get another week's worth of amazingness from this foundation, I could be very tempted to purchase it for the fact that it would be an amazing special occasion foundation for going out and just days I want to look absolutely flawless and beautiful. But as I said, the price is definitely a huge caution sign for me, so that's my view on that, but it's beautiful. Okay guys, so that is my foundation collection. I'm hoping to use up those as quickly as possible, and the 3 that I will keep will be my YSL All Hours, my Estee Lauder Double Wear, my Too Faced Peach Perfect. They are ones I will repeat buy, and the Supergoop CC cream. So hopefully I can keep my collection down to that. I will keep getting samples to find, you know, I love foundations, and you know, finding that foundation that gives me the full coverage, looks great on my skin and can hold up with the oil control. I hope you enjoyed that, guys. If you have any recommendations for foundations I might be looking for, please leave them in the comments below. I would love to hear your feedback. If you enjoyed that, guys, please give it a thumbs up. Would really appreciate it. If you haven't already, please click the subscribe button if you would like to see more videos from me. I hope you've all had a beautiful and a wonderful day, and I look forward to seeing you next time. See you later, guys. Bye.